I just ran my first race ever. There were over 10,000 runners, and I was one of them. So I just want to share my perspective and my story on my first race ever. So to rewind a little bit, I wanted to start running. I got inspired to run by Cody Trains. I went outside one day and I just ran a mile to see what I could do. And my first mile ever, I ran 1 mile at 9 minutes and 38 seconds, which for anybody that knows anything about running, that's not very good. Keep that time in mind as we go forward now, but that was 3 weeks ago that I did that. So it was the day before the race, and the first thing you have to do is go to the registration center and collect your bib, as they call it. It's a little windy today. Tomorrow's race day, and we're starting off the day by picking up my bib, which sounds childish, but that's what we're doing. I've never had a bib before. Well, it's been 20-something years. We're gonna go grab the bib real quick, and then we're gonna go for a run today, just a short run to stay in the mix of things, and we just so happen to be running when it's gonna be 108 degrees. The registration center itself was really cool. You walk right in and there's banners and signs everywhere. It's all things Bix, all things race day. It's just like a really hyped up event, and it makes you feel really special.
We are our way.
Picking up for Dylan? Are you Dylan?
I'm Dylan, yes.
Have a good race.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Woo.
I think we're just gonna have to win it all now. The next thing we had to do was go find the t-shirt booth. So I picked that up for me as well, and I was gonna run in that shirt. You don't have to, but I just figured it'd be cool to run with that shirt. And then just checking out the entire area, they had a bunch of stuff they were selling. Anything you could imagine, from gels and like pre-workout gummies to different brands of shoes that they were trying to sell runners, clothes, funny shorts. I mean, they had literally everything there, and it was hard not to buy anything. I did get sucked in and I did buy something. It was those honey stingers. Yeah, I wanted to try a gel. I don't think you really need that for a 7-mile run, but I wanted one and I wanted to try them because I know in the future I want to run longer distances. All right, we did it.
Got the goods.
I've done everything but run the actual race. This is the infamous hill. I'm just gonna zoom in to finish it off. It's all the way up there is when it evens out. When we got home, I wanted to do a run before the race, just to like get my muscles moving, see how I was feeling. Okay, just so you know, I'm not lying to you. Here's my phone. It is 96 degrees in Davenport, and you scroll down to the real feel with humidity, 105. And that's not even the worst it's supposed to be. In about 2 hours, see, look at that, it's supposed to hit 109, and then it drops off. So we're gonna be running right about here. 30 seconds into it, I started cramping, which was new to me. I've never really cramped during a run before. The most I've ever run up to that point was 5 miles.
How was it?
107, that was really smart. It's tired. Out of breath.
Yeah.
I had a side cramp the entire time.
Oh.
Literally the whole time. Just first 10 steps, I had a horrible stabbing side cramp. I was like, I've never really had one of those already, so I don't know what to do. But it was obnoxious. I felt like that tomorrow, I'd get like 10 minutes of a mile. And I finished at like 1.85 miles. So I didn't even hit my 2-mile goal. And I came back in feeling pretty defeated because that was like the last run before the race. And it wasn't even 2 miles. And I was like, this is gonna be bad. I selected the most intense Gran Lungo Nespresso has. So this is like a long pulled espresso shot. It's pretty bitter and dark, but it's supposed to be my pre-race caffeine. I also have an overly ripe banana, which I don't like bananas pretty much as they are. And if there's no green on them, I'm usually not interested. So that's our pre-race meal. And then I have 1 gel, I think, in my camera bag. So we're about to go downtown. It's gonna be a mess. There's gonna be thousands, potentially over 10,000, 15,000 people racing around.
Drop you off.
Yeah, you could either drop me off or we could just pick a good parking spot together and try and make it down there. But traffic is gonna be a nightmare downtown. Everyone's gonna be down there, even if you're not running. People are just gonna be there for food, drinks, music. I don't even know what's going on. Parade. Isn't there a parade? Like
no.
the spine? Or
That's
just
after the race.
The end of the race. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I actually don't feel that nervous yet. I got that little twinge like right in the bottom of my chest, but I'm kind of just ready to run. I did like a 5-ish minute stretching routine, which isn't a lot of time, but at least I stretched. And then showered, got my nails cut. We're sticking to the routine okay. I cramped up pretty bad yesterday in the first 30 seconds of running, so hopefully today I'm better. I already drank a ton of water and I got a ton more I'm gonna drink. So yeah. We found a parking spot. My wife helped me get my bib attached to my shirt. Bib is so stupid. Tag? I'm gonna call them tags because bibs make it sound like I'm a little baby. I finally saw the blue banner right there with a bunch of runners that had the same color sticker as me. I'm Snapchatting my dad. That's my pre-race energy. I'm good. I'm ready to run. So I went in there, and there were people like checking bags and stuff right there. And once you cross that point, only runners can go. So my wife had like the cameras and stuff, and I was like, oh, I was hoping she could come in. But she had like a 15-minute walk up the hill to get to her spot where she was gonna be waiting for me. It was already 7:30, so she just took off. So I was like, okay, fine, so be it. You leave, I'll just wait here. So it was 7:30 when I walked into the cage. So I just had to wait there for 30 minutes. And with the breeze and the overcast, I was actually getting cold. Like I remember getting goosebumps because I was cooling off so quick. First 3 miles were fantastic. I felt really good. The first half of the race, I had a 9-minute mile pace, and my wife signed me up for a 9-minute 45-second pace. So you kind of sign up so they know not to put like walkers near the front and slow everything down. So for a 9:45 pace, I was like, I gotta beat 9:30. That's my goal. And so between mile 5 and 6 is where it just all went downhill. Even though it was only 75 degrees, I was getting that ab cramp again. My headphones were cutting in and out because my phone wasn't connecting to Spotify. So I was losing my music, which is a good source of my motivation. The ab cramp was just so bad. So for like 20 seconds, I actually had to walk, which sucks. So all the people I was passing are kind of starting to pass me a little bit. I was like, no, my she's 2 miles ahead of me. Like I'm gonna see her, it's gonna be good. Like there's all these people on the sidelines with signs and water and these huge like bubble guns going off. People are playing live music under tents and stuff. It was just really cool. And I was just watching it all. And I was like, this is miserable. So I was like watching my average time per mile go up. So it was at 9:04, 9:07, 9:10. And then I think it hit like 9:29. And I was like, nope, we're going. So I started doing just the lightest jog. I realized that if I held my side like this, that actually gave me some relief. So I pinched my side, kind of pulled on that upper ab muscle, and just like leaned forward and did just the slightest jog ever. I finally got back up to a running pace. I was staring at Strava, watching the time tick down. Then I crossed mile 6. Next thing you know, I was at the school and I was staring straight down the hill again. So I just started taking off. I started passing, I probably passed like 100 people at the end. I felt really good passing people. I was going down the hill. I make it to the bottom of the hill. I cross under the sign that has all the balloons on it, which doesn't say finish, by the way. There's your first red flag. I run past it, just gassed. I'd given everything I had to run that fast to make up for time. And then everyone in front of me is still running. Nobody's walking, nobody's slowed down, and it's because the race isn't over. After it ran down there, I realized that I had to turn left. So I turned left, I looked down the road, and it was like a half mile away. That was the big word, finish. By the time I actually saw my wife and she was filming me, I had just cut my run in half. Like, I was no longer sprinting. I was like just doing a basic jog, just trying to keep up. But I found her. She was at the actual finish line where she said she would be, not the bottom of the hill. So I found her, I ran past her, and crossed the finish line, and it was just relief.
The hard part now is going to be finding Sylvia.
It took 20 minutes for me to find her. I'm just sitting on the sidewalk, waiting, like looking around for my wife. I found her 20 minutes later. That's when I felt pretty good.
My feet are bleeding pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah, my thing broke open back here, and then bottom here's bleeding pretty bad. I don't know why. I think it's just like a callus, and every time I stepped on it, started bleeding.
Dang.
Holy crap! I misinterpreted the finish line.
Really?
I started booking it. I was at a fantastic pace at the end. I was like, let's just go. And my whole side was cramping up. I felt like I was gonna throw up, and then I look up and it's like another half mile. I totally missed it. So that was unfortunate. And then I kind of slowed it back a little bit. I freaking forgot this. I checked my back pocket at mile 5 and I was like, ooh, that'd be nice if I had this bad boy. And sure enough, it was in the camera bag. So, and Sylvia was so far away, I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna eat it because it tastes good now. So there's no benefit to this. All right, on our way to 392. That was my only post-race request, is just get an iced latte as quickly as possible. So we're gonna head over there. I've just like soaked through the shirt at this point. You know what I don't want to be doing right now? Walking up a hill. This is the worst thing right now I gotta deal with. Is that bad boy. Does this mean I get a new pair of shoes?
Yeah, you need a new pair
Yes.
of shoes, actually.
I had a side cramp so bad that I had to walk. And that was my only regret. It was like 20, 25 seconds of walking because I was just so beat. And then I get a really bad side cramp, so sorry to show you my belly, but I thought that it would help if I just grab onto my side like that. So I would just like pinch right here like this and just run. And somehow I thought that would help. And it kind of did. It like helped a little bit when I like grabbed on it. And then after I grabbed one of the water stops, drank it, spilt half of it on my face, then I was like, I think I can finish. We're all done, baby. Let's go home. So based on my time, I did the math, I was faster than 55% of the guys that ran. So there's my pros. I was like on the better end of the 50%. So I beat the majority of guys running. That's my only bragging point. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the story. I had a great time doing it. And I'm gonna be doing a lot more running in the future, that's for sure. So maybe consider liking and subscribing if you guys liked the video. If you guys ran the Bix, let me know down below. Leave your time unless it was faster than mine, then don't leave it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it.